Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Bow and Arrow Tarot. And today's pick a card, their true feelings and what they might do next. Now, today we're going to take a look at a situation you have with someone where their feelings might be a little bit unsure to you. Their actions may not really line up with the vibe that you're getting or with the way they're communicating. So, we're going to take a deeper look. We're going to take a look at what they're really feeling, what might be in the way, what obstacles are at play. We're going to get some clarifiers and we may pull out some animal spirits and some oracle cards as well. So just sit back, relax, and let's get right into picking your pile. Here are your piles for today's question, their true feelings and what they might do next. So I want you to just think about that question, think about your person. Take a deep breath, relax, sit back, and allow your intuition to settle on the pile that calls to you the most. Pile one, pile two, or pile three. When you're ready, you can go straight to your reading at the timestamps below, pinned to the comments or in the description. So let's just get started with pile number one. All right, pile number one, let's get right into your reading. What are their true feelings for you? Emotional intimacy. They desire emotional intimacy with you. All right, we're going to go deeper. What might they do next? Might they take action or might they communicate something to you? Well, we have Mercury and Gemini, so that's a communication, right? They're going to definitely want to talk to you about something, talk to you about this feeling that they have. Again, we're going to go deeper. And what does Spirit have to say? There's the sadness here. What's the sadness about, I wonder? Letting go, being defensive, being prepared to listen. It says, what's going on with the sadness? So, this is not all for your reading. We're going to go much deeper. Let's pull out the rest of your cards. But for your message, pile number one, we're talking about somebody who desires emotional intimacy with you. Now, they're very excited. They want to talk to you about something, but Spirit says there is a sadness there. So, we're going to explore this story and this message a little bit more. Let's go ahead and get some more cards out for this message. We have the Fool, letting go. Yeah, taking a leap of faith, I dare say. What else do we have? Ten of Cups, happiness. Wow, the whole shebang. Seven of Pentacles, reevaluation, the Hanged Man, letting go, and Five of Cups. And there's your sadness. Interestingly enough, there's your sadness. Five of Cups is a longing. It's a missing someone. It's a sadness. It's a feeling almost of not being able to move on. So I'm really curious about how that plays in. But let's go ahead and get into this reading. At the bottom, we have Ten of Pentacles. So you've got two tens already, right? I'm going to leave that one right there on the side. We've got two tens already. And we also have a Fool. So we're talking about a real leap of faith, a real journey, a whole new adventure that's happening. That Fool energy and that Ten of Cups. All right. So with the Fool and with the Ten of Cups, we're talking about a feeling of, as I said, taking a leap of faith, but also a whole new adventure. You know, the Fool is the very first card in tarot. So it's really like that extraordinary adventure that comes along that you are indeed excited about. Excitement is there with that Mercury and Gemini. And so with that Fool showing its way into this message, we're talking about a new beginning, an exciting new beginning, but also something that's a little bit, that causes maybe a little bit of anxiety, a little bit of excitement, nervousness, fear. Ten of Cups is completion. So, yeah, it feels like what's exciting here is that you've met this person, you have a connection with someone, and, it's deeper than perhaps what you expected it to be. It's deeper than perhaps what they expected it to be. This connection also may mark the end of a period where you were missing someone. where it's kind of finally over. That's almost what I feel like. And that's where Spirit says sadness is coming in. Because there is a feeling here that the excitement is coming from the ability to connect on an emotional level, right? Emotional intimacy is probably the most intimate that you can be. It's certainly more intimate than physical intimacy, I dare say. And so the two of you coming together, yes, there is excitement here because it feels like both of you have realized that perhaps you can go to a deeper level with each other, and uh, this ability to go to a deeper level with each other not only marks the beginning of a whole new adventure, it marks the ending of a sadness. It marks the ending of a grieving period, maybe finally putting the line under the period and shutting the door to a previous relationship that maybe either you or your person in this connection had difficulty letting go of. What do we do here? We move on. Seven of Pentacles with that hanged man. So, yeah, there is a feeling here of really taking stock of what you have. Taking stock of what you have, where you are now in your life, physically, financially, both of you, it almost feels like this is a great connection. It feels like definitely leveling up. Saying goodbye to the past also means, with that Seven of Pentacles, sometimes what we do is we take a look at what we have accumulated. What do we have accumulated up until now? What have we achieved? How far have we come in our goal on our path? It's a reevaluation, because a lot of times we have goals in our lives, right? We've reached those goals and it's like, okay, now it's time to kind of reevaluate, how much of my goal did I reach? Do I still want the same things? Both of you are in that same space, and Hangman really indicates a feeling of being moved and inspired. A lot of times in tarot, some of you will be avid tarot, enthusiasts who watch a lot of readings, and some of you may be very, very new to tarot. But the hangman is definitely associated a lot of times with this feeling of being stuck. I'm stuck, I only want to see the world a certain way. A lot of times, as well, though, associated with that is a lack of inspiration to see it any other way. And so, oftentimes, when this energy shows up in the reading, it really feels, especially in this reading, it feels like both of you and your person, have been completely inspired out of a malaise, a place where perhaps you had given up, where you felt quite stuck. You were definitely missing someone. Five of Cups energy is there. Talking about, the Five of Cups is all about like, can I let go? Can I let go? I miss you. I miss you so much, Five of Cups is a feeling of despairing in the future because you can't let go of the past or a past relationship that you really, really miss. And so I think that's the sadness that's showing up. Let's go ahead and get some clarifiers. All right. I just want to get a few clarifiers here about this new journey that you have, especially with this person. Oh, we're flipped over. King of Cups. Yeah, they're coming in like your king. King of Cups energy. I feel like they may be your king. This is, of course, someone who the king, when King of Cups exalted, is definitely an emotional, sort of sensitive, anchor, right? The King of Cups knows what he wants. He knows what kind of relationship he wants. He knows how to foster a good relationship with his mate, his lover, right? And so King of Cups energy is strong, and of course, strong masculine energy. But when we talk about emotions, feelings, relationships, King of Cups knows what he wants and so goes after it. What else do we have? Seven of Pentacles coming out over Seven of Pentacles. You've really reached your goal. You and the person in this connection, the two of you are really connecting because not only have you reached your goal, but coming together, there is a powerhouse vibe here. There's a powerhouse vibe that the two of you are going to make quite the power couple in a way. And Seven of Pentacles over each other is a real feeling of taking stock of what the two of you have together, you know, tallying it all up, and taking what you can to the next level, to the next stage. Definitely positive energy, progressive energy. Now, show me some clarifier on that connection to the Hanged Man. Queen of Pentacles, right? The King of Cups, Queen of Pentacles. Again, speaking to a real power couple dynamic. The Queen of Pentacles knows how to nurture the material side of life, take care of everything that needs to be taken care of so that the business runs, so that the household runs, so that the money comes in and the bills are paid. She loves her work. She puts care into everything that she does. The Queen of Pentacles is the one who's built herself up from nothing. So she really understands the nature of really hard work and maintaining that garden. Together, King of Cups, Queen of Pentacles. I dare say that the Queen of Pentacles feels very much like you in this connection. King of Cups feels very much like the other person, but it could be vice versa. If this is the case, it does feel like you've also met somebody here who can really support you emotionally so that you can continue to make that money. You're the money maker, right? It feels like very much. And Three of Swords. Wow. So the Three of Swords has come out to clarify that Five of Cups. So there was a heartache here. You're definitely healing from a broken heart, a relationship in the past that really, really hurt you. Three of Swords is betrayal. You may have been cheated on by somebody, or that last relationship was really like a mess emotionally. Um, and so that sadness comes in from spirit. Spirit is reminding you that, be open to what is happening here, right? Don't be defensive, don't despair, don't necessarily fall into this little bit of a trap here, especially if you're resonating with that Queen of Pentacles and you are very much more I want to say a person who deals with the money and the finances and taking care of that side of life, the material side of life, which is important, the health and the wealth. But the emotional heart side, you may have closed off a little bit with that Three of Swords. And that is where spirit comes in and is reminding you that, are you willing to be open? They're going to come across to you with that Mercury and Gemini, that excitement. There's going to be a level of excitement that comes across that may put you off. I don't know. It may put you off, especially with these energies coming into the reading, right? This is definitely an outlook for somebody who has had to heal a broken heart, right? And you've come up, against someone here. You've met someone here who's really bringing something. Um, their true feelings are a desire for emotional intimacy. Now, this may be catching you off guard only because you may be, it feels, and intuitionally in this reading, it feels to me like it's catching you off guard because you may still be in that space where you don't naturally believe that somebody can want to be emotionally intimate with you. This is the scar of that betrayal, that Three of Swords, that despair, that not being able to let go. Also, that energy here of like maybe being stuck a little bit in that outlook, that that pain. When we have a bad breakup, we kind of get stuck in whatever the hangups come along with that. Am I unlovable? Can anybody really want to be emotionally sort of intimate with me? Does someone want to be deeper with me? I think this is why, when we talk about their true feelings, when you come to a reading like, what are their true feelings? The nature here is that you don't know their true feelings. It may be very obvious to everyone else how they really feel. And it almost feels to me here like you may not be the one who sees it obviously. And it has much more to do with your view of yourself as a result of this heartache that you have here that you're healing from. Nevertheless, this is a moment for you to take a leap of faith and go forward with this, because this person definitely is bringing something to you and to to the table here that is great and that is good and that is compatible, right? Let's go ahead and pull out spirits of darkness and light. We're going to see. I always pull out spirits of darkness, light, see what kind of energies might be helping or hindering this connection. Then we're going to pull out some zodiac cards to see what zodiac signs you might be dealing with. So, spirits of darkness and light, spirit of the fox, cunning, sly, strategy. You know, Gemini is associated with strategy. Mercury and Gemini here, we're talking about somebody who really talks a lot, is very excited, might be feeling like they're love bombing you. Spirit of the castle, rescue, fortress, and imprisonment. Spirit of envy. All right. So we are talking about some energies around this that is interesting. Spirit of the fox, sly, cunning, strategy, being very slick. Somebody is putting a lot of effort in here. Take it as it comes to you. This message may not listen. This message is not going to resonate with all of you. All right? Clearly one reading. But you may resonate with parts of it. If this is your reading, oftentimes I find that these spirits of darkness and light oracle energies are going to represent or manifest differently for everyone. You will see how that plays into your situation. Same thing with spirit of the castle, fortress, rescue, imprisonment. Yeah, I do feel like there may be a little bit of an imprisonment here just in your own head as a result of that leftover pain, betrayal from that relationship, and spirit of envy. Sound off in the comments. If envy is part of your story as well, definitely sound off in the comments. All right, guys, quickly, let's go ahead and pull out some zodiac energy just to see what kind of zodiac signs you might be dealing with. Be interesting to see. Who do we have represented? We don't have, I don't think, see, nope, we don't have any besides Gemini in that Mercury showing up. All right. So we have Aries. All right. Now, Aries. Aquarius. Interesting energy. Aquarius. Aquarius can sometimes be associated with the Fool and that Leo. Aries, Aries, Aquarius, and Leo. All right, guys. If that is you, this may show up in your chart. All right. It may show up in your person's chart. All right, everyone. This is the end of pile number 1. Now, I'm going to take a moment just to flash up the affiliate code from the company that provide me my beautiful bracelets. Some of you have asked me about it, and I do have an unboxing for these gorgeous bracelets. I'm going to link that as well. Put the affiliate code up. This is Otter Spirit. This is a great company. They reached out to me and they provide these beautiful semi-precious beads for my energy work and my readings, and provided me with the affiliate code for my audience. So check that out, 20% off and 30% off. And also go to my website, bowandarrowtarot.com. If you want to book a private reading, you can go to my website and book it through my site. You can also order your own compatibility report between you and whoever it is might be in this connection with you. All you need is your name and their name. It is a compatibility report based on 3 of your major numerology numbers, and it is instantly delivered to your email whenever you order it. Also available on my website, bowandarrowtarot.com. That is it for pile number 1. If you feel called to stay with me for pile number 2, let's get started. Pile number 2, let's get right into your reading. What are their true feelings? Their true feelings for you. The real deal. All right. So this person is seeing you as the real deal, a serious prospect, a serious relationship. All right. We're going to go deeper. Certainly take a look as to why these feelings might be hidden from you. What might they do next? Take action or communicate? Well, we have a Mars card. All right. Mars in Gemini, decision, strategy. Mars in Gemini is thinking a lot. It's making a lot of moves. Every move is, connected to the next move. It's chess, literally playing chess. What does Spirit have to say? Growth. Growth is there. All right. So this connection is definitely going to be about a journey, about a lesson, evolving perhaps. We're going to definitely go deeper, but right away we're talking about somebody who looks at you and their true feelings are that, hey, you might be the real deal. You might be what they're really looking for or what they have been looking for. And a lot of their action that they're taking is action that's part of a bigger plan. right? Mars in Gemini is definitely someone who may not be communicating a whole lot, but the steps, the things that they're doing, the steps that they're taking, the moves that they're making are all part of a bit of a strategy. All right, so that is just the beginning of your reading. Let's go ahead and pull out the rest of your cards. We're going to go so much deeper. We're going to get some clarifiers as well. And we always end the readings with some zodiac cards. Six of Pentacles. Wow. Exchange of money coming in. Nine of Wands energy. Nice. We have a King of Pentacles. More financial energy. Strong masculine energy. Five of Pentacles. Interesting. And finally, we land on 10 of Pentacles, all earth energy, strong earth energy. Interesting that your person is making a lot of chess moves in this connection. What do we have at the bottom of the deck? Wow, Ace of Wands, a whole new outlook, a whole new sort of, I want to say, vision, right? Ace of Wands is inspiration and vision. We're going to put that right there. Six of Pentacles, Nine of Wands energy. Yeah, let's talk about it. Six of Pentacles is someone who is very generous. They have the ability to be generous, right? They want to give. There is an equitable kind of vibe here, a balance here. Right away, as we look ahead to that King of Pentacles, this person is coming in, they have money, they have money, right? Or this could of course be vice versa, but there's definitely a feeling that your person is coming in, and with that Nine of Wands, that they're coming in and they're helping, they're giving, they're generous, they're able to help in a very financial way. And it might be that those may be some of the moves that this individual is taking as part of this Mars in Gemini vibe here, right? Like they're doing a lot of things again that feels like strategy, right? Like they're really deciding what's their next move, especially in light of the fact that their true feelings are that you're the real deal. You may be wondering why they're so generous to you. And this is why you've come to this reading. Sound off below in the comments. Please let the collective know. I'm curious as well because this particular pick a card, their true feelings. I love this doing these readings because this is always trying to clarify something that's confusing, right? You're not really sure. How do they really feel? And you're unsure. Oftentimes we are unsure about somebody's feelings because the way they're acting and the vibe, the energy that we're getting from them doesn't add up, right? And so the interesting thing here is that this person may be very generous. This person may be doing things that you feel to a certain degree are kind of like, why are they doing that? Why are they helping me out? Why are they, you know, uh, just being so helpful, especially physically, financially, right? Especially for you, because Nine of Wands indicates that there's been a period perhaps where you felt quite on your own, having to battle on your own. Nobody's really been very much in your corner. As I look ahead, we have another energy like that with that Five of Pentacles and that King of Pentacles. As I said, I feel like this person has money. They're the King of Pentacles coming in. Five of Pentacles again feels like really like, you have to build yourself up from scratch. Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. It feels like this is a reading for someone who uh had to kind of start from scratch again, maybe hit rock bottom. You had to maybe rebuild yourself, especially after maybe a breakup or a split from family or friends or a connection that you had in your life. This energy here oftentimes can indicate a split, a falling out, disagreement that leads to you sort of separating from a source of security, having to kind of start over, you know and it's a very solitary process. So this all fits in with that Nine of Wands, where you've definitely felt like you've been alone battling. Oh, thunder. Did you hear the thunder? I wonder if you heard that. There's thunder and lightning. It just came through as I said that. Yeah, it's felt like a battle, and that thunderclap came in exactly at the right time, and yet this person has come in and they present and act in such a way that is just like a breath of fresh air. I think for you there's growth. No wonder there's growth here for you. Spirit says Ace of Wands, a whole new inspiration, a whole new outlook, all new possibilities. Let's go ahead and get your clarifiers out. I want to see a little bit more about this connection and why, especially why their feelings may have been so hidden, why it's been so unsure. I think it's just a case of, perhaps not being used to someone who's so financially helpful, physically generous, whether it's finances or just helping you in some kind of physical way. Sorry for bouncing my mic everywhere. I don't have a lot of good mic etiquette. All right. We have Five of Cups. There was a breakup. Yeah, there was a breakup. Five of Cups, Five of Pentacles. Some of you definitely had a breakup. You may have even had to go through a divorce, and that kind of left you financially unsteady. One of the reasons why you've definitely felt a feeling of being kind of on your own out there. What else do we have? Seven of Wands. Yeah, there's been a real battle. Yes, absolutely. You have been on your own battling sort of for your own stability, your own peace of mind, your pride, your dignity, definitely after a breakup. This very similar reading to the first ones. Eight of Pentacles. You've been really putting what else flipped over? Emperor energy. Yes, and I'm going to take that over that 10. You've really been working hard. So, Eight of Pentacles, there's been a lot of hard work on your part for sure. But you've been on your own, and a lot of it, I'm going to say you absolutely sort of when you start from rock bottom, it takes a while to accrue some kind of wealth or get someplace. But the Eight of Pentacles shows how much sort of you've really had your head down, right? You've had your head down. You've been working to build yourself, especially after this split here, Five of Cups. Some of you, absolutely, you went through a divorce or a separation of some kind that really left you battling for your own dignity, your own space, your own security, and as well left you having to really work very, very hard to get very, very good. I hear that some of you out there may have even changed careers, got a new field, got a new degree. You love the work, you enjoy the work, but it's been hard. And this person, this connection you have with this person, has really come in financially beneficial. You know, uh, Emperor came in. Emperor is the card for Aries in tarot. And we have King of Pentacles, we have Emperor energy coming in. This person is absolutely affluent. It could be vice versa, but I really feel like you coming to this reading, the quarant, as we call it, this person that you are wondering about their true feelings, this person has money. They are used to being very successful. They know how to be successful. They know how to, they may run their own business. They may have their own company. They're definitely someone who has a lot. And again, it may very much feel to you like, why are they helping me? Which is why you weren't sure about their feelings. Why is it? Because to them, you are someone they can see themselves being with. Seriously. Let's go ahead and pull out your spirits of darkness and light. Spirits of darkness and light. We're gonna check out and see what kind of energies might be helping this situation, hurting this situation, swirling around you guys. We have, wow, spirit of the fly, rot, decay. It's time to move on. Things that no longer serve you need to be gotten rid of. Wow, spirit of the wind, disruption, activity. A lot of disruption, a lot of activity. And spirit of lightning, power, strength, expression. Spirit of the wind, yeah. Spirit of the wind, I love this one. This is movement, activity, disruption. Yeah, there's a lot going on, right? There's a lot going on. A lot of movement in your life. It needs to be with that spirit of the fly, getting rid of any stagnation that is there. And then spirit of lightning, along with that wind. Right now, there is a thunderstorm outside. So it's quite interesting because lightning also brings that power and that strength, right? So not only do we have the activity, that movement from the wind, but we have that power, that strength, and that inspiration that comes in, that illumination, that spark, that expression that comes in from lightning. Take those energies as they apply to you. Everybody's situation is going to be different. Remember, this reading is not going to resonate with everyone, of course. But if it resonates with you, it may only just be parts of it. Spirits of darkness and light will resonate for everyone differently. So sound off in the comments if you want to share your experience. We're going to go ahead and get out the zodiac signs. What kind of zodiac signs are you dealing with? We already saw that Aries showed up with that Emperor energy. So, what else do we have besides Aries and, of course, Gemini, Capricorn? Of course, all of that Pentacles, Earth energy, King of Pentacles, absolutely associated with Capricorn. Some of you dealing with a Capricorn, absolutely. Virgo, more Earth energy. And Cancer, some of you dealing with Cancer, that sort of supportive family energy, strong. Take that as it comes. These may be zodiac energies in your chart, in your person's chart, whatever the case may be, just to reaffirm who you may be dealing with. All right, everyone, this is the end of pile 2. Also, a time that I would like to take a moment to flash up the affiliate code from Otter Spirit, a beautiful company that supplied me with my semi-precious beads. These are the bracelets I wear for my energy work and my readings. I also have an unboxing video, which I will link now to the video. Make use of those affiliate codes. They have beautiful semi-precious beads, jewelry, necklaces, bracelets, pendants. Very inexpensive. American company, family run. Really beautiful, beautiful family, beautiful company, beautiful products. All right, that is it. If you feel called to stay with me for pile number 3, let's get started. All right, pile number 2, let's get right into your reading. What are their true feelings for you? Total connection. All right, they feel like they have a total connection with you. We're going to, of course, go much deeper and certainly look at why that might be an energy or a feeling that's hidden from you. What might they do next about it? Okay, so we've got a Mercury card here. They're going to communicate to you next, right? It's not so much about action that they're taking, but much more about communication. Mercury in Taurus as well. So there is a restlessness. This person right away feels like they have a desire to make this connection move forward, and to take the next step, right? What does Spirit have to say? This is all a teaching moment. Ooh, a teaching moment. Somebody teaching someone. Is there something to learn? Um, Giving and taking. We're going to go deeper into that, but that is the core of your message, pile number 3. Your person is thinking this is a total connection, but there's definitely a restlessness here. So we're going to go deeper and see what that might be all about. That Mercury in Taurus, that desire, restlessness, I'm going to say, to really have something concrete, right? Mercury and Taurus really wants to sort of like express and communicate plans and dates, and this is what we're going to do. They're restless about their plans. They want to hurry up and put a lot of those plans into action. So let's go ahead and see a little bit deeper into this message for you. Page of Cups, a new connection, definitely. Knight of Cups. All right. Maybe a imbalance almost. All right. Let me not get ahead of myself. Leo energy strength shows up. All right. Ace of Cups. Yes, a new connection for sure. And 5 of Swords, bickering and arguing. All right. So at the bottom of the deck for this reading, the sun comes out. Well, the sun brings clarity, right? The sun brings clarity. The sun brings rejuvenation. The sun brings, I'm going to leave that right there. The sun brings everything that you need to grow and to learn and to prosper and to get to the next stage, right? So let's go ahead and get into this. Very interesting. A lot of cup energy. Page of Cups, Knight of Cups. So one person is very tentative and kind of, yeah, I'm getting used to this. I'm ready. That's your page. Just now getting their feet under them, their confidence in love. And the other one is a knight bringing it all, roses and dates and communication and talking about all kinds of, things, sweeping you off your feet, energy. So definitely, I kind of say as an imbalance, right? I wanted to say at the beginning of the reading, a difference in places when it comes to confidence in love. One of you is much newer and more sort of shy, and the other one is definitely wanting to go for it and take the next step. And that's that energy that I was feeling here with this total connection here, as well as that Mercury in Taurus, that restlessness, that wanting to get ahead of things. That's that Knight of Cups. I wonder if the Knight of Cups is you, is them. Listen, the restlessness is coming clearly from your person. And yet, you the one who's kind of like really just being very shy about it, not really sure, right? Another reason why you might be wondering about their true feelings, because the way they're laying it on, right? Total connection, that restlessness, that Knight of Cups energy definitely feels like it's being laid on thick, And so, even though I don't feel new love energy, like inexperience or naivete coming from you for this reading, I don't feel that energy here, but it's almost as if the vibe coming from your person is almost overwhelming, right? So that to a degree, it's making you feel kind of like out of water, right? Sound off in the comments if that is the vibe here. So a feeling really of kind of being sort of overwhelmed even, right? Strength comes in Ace of Cups. A love, a strong, deep love at first sight energy, a love feeling of like, yeah, let's do this. Strength comes in pride. Strength is about like not, listen, there is again a feeling, a desire here, not to sort of act on impulse, not to sort of be caught up, not to be too swept off your feet with this individual. It almost feels as though like you don't want to make the same mistake you may have made before, type of thing, right? There is a feeling here that you come to this reading asking what their true feelings are, because almost like, what do they want? Why are they being so restless and pushy? Why do they want so much so soon? Maybe they are not communicating the fact that they feel so deeply connected to you. And again, so especially from your point of view, with that strength card coming in, Ace of Cups, it does feel as though you're being very careful with your heart, careful with your decisions. You definitely are not wanting, King of Pentacles, there's a desire certainly to protect fortune, to protect money, to protect security. You're not wanting to make moves from an emotional sort of place, right? You want to maintain your strength. That's why strength is coming in. Ten of Swords, the end of a long period of battling and arguing and bickering is coming. Let's move these cards over a little bit so we can see them a bit better. A feeling of Ten of Swords energy. Yeah, there was a time where there was a lot of arguing, a lot of difficult things in your life, a lot of relationships that caused battling, strife. We see strife here. Ten of Swords energy, along with that King of Pentacles, is a feeling that there is an end to a long period of struggling and strife that you may have had to deal with, certainly with other relationships, maybe other connections. Let's get more. Three of Cups, there's a celebration happening. Friendship, Four of Cups, and there it is. All right, listen, there is something here that is not completely in sync. I just don't know that you care for this person, or that you have the same level of deep feeling for them, or that same level of total connection for them that they have for you. And I say that because, you are not, this connection with the strength coming in, Five of Swords, some arguing happening here, some restlessness, the overwhelming nature of the way that they're coming on. Knight of Cups energy, you don't want to go there. Sound off in the comments if you agree. There's a feeling of like you've been around this block before. You've seen where this ends before, especially dealing with somebody who's dispassionate about you. This like, yes, they feel like they have a total connection with you. That doesn't mean that you feel like you're having a total connection with them. And the restlessness and the overwhelming sort of nature of the way they're coming on to you while you're still kind of like still tentative, right? um and the feeling that you're just not wanting to have those battles. You're done with the battles that inevitably come after when you're dealing with somebody like this. There's a vibe of love bombing here, even maybe. Which is a feeling why you're having to be strong. Ace of Cups, yeah, love at first sight vibe, sure. But something about that love at first sight or that initial passion and love where you've been around this block before, where you're dealing with somebody who just is falling into their passion and their desire, their restlessness to make everything happen quickly and let's be a couple right away and let's move this along. And that's not what it's really about for you. And that always ends up in strife, bickering, and arguing. And ultimately, you possibly saying, look, this is not for me. I'm feeling that. Teaching. This is why Spirit, I think, has come out with teaching as your guidance, advice. Because it's like you're being taught, you're teaching. Also, I almost maybe this person coming into your life, they're learning something from you. I feel like you're the one, in a weird kind of way, you're the one with more experience. Although it comes off like you're that page and they're coming in as the knight. You're really the one with more experience in terms of how this all plays out and turns out, which is why I didn't have that naive vibe from you when I see that page. More just a feeling of like you just want to be simple, let's just start by a simple date. Their night energy is a love bombing type of vibe energy. And you know how this ends. It just doesn't end pretty because it comes from a grasping place. Sometimes when you meet somebody, that love, before we move on, let me not get ahead of myself. Three of Cups, friends will come in. Three of Cups is all about friendships, rebuilding friendships. Your friends, your connection with your friends will be the thing that comes into this scenario that kind of begins to cause the arguing, the fighting, the inevitable bickering, right? Because again, you're dealing with somebody who wants a total connection. They feel like they have a total connection with you. They want things quickly. They have a restless nature. And that comes from the same grasping place that possession and jealousy comes from. And ultimately, whenever you're in one of those situations, and please sound off if you agree with me, if you've been down this road before, where you're dealing with somebody who comes from that place, that anxious, grasping, needy kind of place, which is the same sort of land that envy, jealousy, possession comes from, where they invariably become possessive and jealous and envious of you being with your friends, not necessarily spending that time with them, not being for them all of the things that they need you to be. You know, like I said, sound off if you know what I'm talking about, because that's exactly what I'm vibing here with this reading. And again, you know, Spirit of Lightning, Power, Strength, Expression showed up for the other pile as well. What just flipped over? Demon Spirit, exactly. See, this is what I'm talking about, and that's why, yeah, you already know. A lot of times, you come to a reading, certainly with tarot, it's like this. It's like tarot is just really about reaffirmation and maybe being able to look at your particular situation and some of the other energies that might be at play or some of the other aspects of your situation. But it's really reaffirming something that you already know. You already know what's going on here. You've already been around this block. Demon Spirit shows up. Shadow self, fear, tormented, spirit of the earth. Groundedness needs to come in, right? Spirit of the earth, grounded. Your ancestors calling, teachings. Yeah, demon spirit. Yes, of course. Torment, fear. That's where exactly where that kind of like desperate kind of energy comes from. Spirit of lightning. Excuse me. Power, strength, expression. I'm on my pile number 3, so my throat is messed up. Um, Please let me know. Let the collective know. If this is your story, we're gonna get into the zodiac signs. This is what it is. It's like sometimes people come in. It's like, yeah, they're in love, but if that love, especially if what love, right? If it comes from a place of grasping and neediness and restlessness, if it comes from fear, a place, that's a place, that's a particular place that certain emotions come from. And so they all have a touch of each other, and certainly when you're dealing with somebody who's doing that kind of love bombing, restless energy kind of vibe. Sirens, can you hear the sirens? Hmm. Leo. Leo is strength energy. As I said, the strength card is the card for Leo and tarot. So, Leo, you're definitely showing up. You may be a Leo. Your person may be a Leo. Aries, okay. Aries, Aries, that fiery, sort of like, oh, energy. I'm not surprised to see you there. And Taurus, boom. There it is. Mercury and Taurus, restlessness. Taurus shows up for your reading. All right, everyone, this is your reading pile number 3. This is a moment where I want to flash up the affiliate code from Otter Spirit, a beautiful company, and reach out to me. These are the people that provide me with my beautiful semi-precious bracelets for my energy work and my readings. I'm going to link the unboxing in the description as well. Please go ahead and use that affiliate code that they gave me and go check out their bracelets. They're really, really beautiful, inexpensive American company, family operated company. I love it. They've been so kind to provide me with some of their beautiful jewelry that I always wear in my readings. Always, always, always. So I just want to shout them out, and I want to shout out the beautiful affiliate code that they gave, 20% off and 30% off. All right, guys. Also, check out my website, bowandarrowtarot.com, if you want to book a private reading, if you want to also get your compatibility score and report instantly delivered by email. Only $3.33. All right, everyone. This is it. Thank you so much. This has been Bow and Arrow Tarot. I thank you. I wish you all love, life, and happiness. And I hope to see you right back here on my channel for your next Pick a Card Love Tarot reading. Bye bye, everyone.